My name is Julian and I've been a car reviewer for 25 years. I've tested cars for newspapers, magazines, television and websites. When I first saw the Yaris Cross in real life, I was actually pretty surprised. For a compact car, it actually has quite a lot of presence and it looks bigger than it is. Crossovers or SUVs should look rugged, and the Yaris Cross has some aggressive styling features to make it look more striking. The fenders look sculpted and tough, and they work well with the 16-inch alloy wheels. When you step back to admire the car, everything is nicely proportioned. So it's an eye-catching car, which is important because style is actually the #1 reason that people buy a crossover. Of course, I couldn't wait to get behind the wheel. The first thing you really notice when you drive the Yaris Cross is how quiet it is. It's a full hybrid, which is sometimes called a self-charging hybrid, because you never have to plug it in somewhere. So you have electricity and petrol working together to drive the car, but when it's running on electricity only, the Yaris Cross is practically silent. People who've never driven a hybrid actually find it pretty eerie sometimes. Of course, because you have two power sources driving the car, when you want some oomph, the Yaris Cross packs a punch with smooth, responsive acceleration. But the real point of driving a hybrid car is to make a difference, to reduce your fuel consumption, reduce your carbon footprint. Toyota's hybrid Synergy Drive is now in its 4th generation and it really works. Full disclosure, I actually drive a Toyota hybrid, and before that, like most people, I would stop for petrol around 36 times a year, so roughly every 10 days. And now I only stop for petrol once a month or 12 times a year. And each time I buy less petrol than before because the tank is smaller. So just by switching to a hybrid car, I've deleted 24 full tanks every year. And that really means something. And if you really want to do something about your carbon footprint, buying a hybrid car is a great way to do it. The Toyota hybrids work. And by the way, I've had my hybrid for 3.5 years and nothing has ever gone wrong. Now, what's the one thing they always tell you about safe driving? Keep your eyes on the road. But what if your car also had eyes? Then it could help you to look out for danger. The Yaris Cross actually has 3 eyes, or 3 kinds of eye. There's a camera near the rearview mirror, there's a radar sensor just below the Toyota badge in the front grille. And then there are sonar sensors on the front and rear bumpers. What I really like about the new TSS is the support it gives you at junctions. The Yaris Cross can warn you of danger or even brake for you if necessary. The basic features like blind spot monitors are there, and because the Yaris Cross can see the lanes on the road, it can also warn you if you're straying over the line and into another lane. And again, if you do nothing, the Yaris Cross can actually assist you with a bit of self-corrective steering. But something quite advanced, which I've never seen before at this price point, is the emergency steering assist. So what if you're traveling down the road and a pedestrian steps into your path? You might have to suddenly steer to avoid him, right? The Yaris Cross can actually assist with some steering action to stabilize the maneuver and, more importantly, to keep you in your own lane. Something I found interesting about this car is that it also protects itself. When you're parking, the sensors can trigger automatic braking so you don't bump into a wall or another car. So no more replacing a dented bumper. And if you find parallel parking stressful, this is going to be your best friend. In terms of connectivity, there's an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system, and it works with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, if you've never used these before, prepare to be pleasantly delighted. You just plug your phone in and you just use the Toyota screen to operate it. All the major apps are there, like Google Maps or Spotify. And there's a button on the steering wheel which you push to activate voice control, and if you press and hold it, it wakes up Siri or Google Assistant. So you can keep both hands on the wheel at all times, and it's seamless and totally hassle-free. What people really want from an SUV or a crossover is practicality. So Toyota seems to have made sure that the Yaris Cross is something that works well if you have an active lifestyle. The boot is pretty much biggest in the class, but of course pure size isn't everything. So when you look at a Yaris Cross in the showroom, make sure to play around with the boot's deck. You can lower it to expand the space, and then you get 390 litres of capacity, which is really quite big compared to all the rivals. After driving the Yaris Cross today, I was left with quite a lot to think about. I mean, it's obviously an urban car designed for city driving, but it's tall and rugged like an SUV should be, with a lot of presence on the road. It's compact and easy to handle, but yet it's roomy and practical. The drive is pretty much flawless, and having a hybrid drivetrain makes it feel really smooth and quiet, and the fuel consumption is just bound to be tiny. I love the fact that safety is a priority with the Yaris Cross, with the latest Toyota Safety Sense system that keeps a constant lookout for you. And driving the car itself is easy and comfortable, and with the kind of connectivity that's become a must-have these days. After 25 years of reviewing cars, I've come to realize that people buy Toyotas for a reason. Their cars are a pleasure to own. Pretty much the best or most reassuring thing you can say about the Yaris Cross is, it's a Toyota.